What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
Dear friends, gather round, and let me regale you with the tale of my wretched experience at the Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives. A place that promised paradise, but delivered a nightmare of unfulfilled expectations and crushing disappointment. As I stepped off the plane, my heart racing with excitement, I was immediately struck by the sheer incompetence of the resort's seaplane transfer service. 40 minutes late, with no apology, no explanation, just curt weather problems and a shrug. But little did I know, this was only the beginning of a descent into madness. The hotel, oh, the hotel. A facade of beauty, hiding a rotten core of neglect and disrepair. The rooms, while aesthetically pleasing, were like a thin veneer of polish on a rotten wooden floor. The facilities, lacking in even the most basic of amenities, left me feeling like a pampered princess, reduced to begging for scraps. And then, the food. Oh, dear heavens, the food. A buffet of gastronomic horrors, where the flies danced with glee, and the chef's creation seemed to be crafted with all the finesse of a sadistic torturer. I mean, who serves eggs in 99% of their desserts? It's like they wanted to ensure that even the most basic of dietary restrictions were ignored, leaving me, a poor, neglected soul, to suffer through each meal with all the enthusiasm of a condemned prisoner. But, of course, the service. Oh, the service. A masterclass in apathy, where the staff seemed to be competing in a who-can-care-less Olympics. Our server, Naif, a name that now sends shivers down my spine, was as useful as a chocolate teapot, leaving us to fend for ourselves like abandoned orphans. And don't even get me started on the head chef, a man so rude, so callous, that I suspect he must have been schooled in the art of culinary cruelty by the great Satan himself. I wept, dear friends, I wept. For the Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, was not just a hotel, it was a monument to the human spirit's capacity for disappointment. A temple of shattered dreams, where the altar of expectation was sacrificed at the altar of incompetence. And so, I ask you, dear friends, have you ever experienced the crushing weight of disappointment, only to find that it was not just a singular event, but a symptom of a larger disease, a cancer that spreads through the very fabric of an institution? But I digress. As I reflect on my experience, I am reminded of the wise words of my grandmother, who once told me, "Our hotel is only as good as its weakest link." And, dear friends, the Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, is a chain of weak links, each one snapping under the weight of its own incompetence. So, I implore you, dear friends, beware the siren song of the Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives. For in its tranquil waters, lies a sea of despair, waiting to engulf you in its depths of disappointment. What do you think, dear friends? Have you ever had a similar experience? Share your stories, and let us commiserate together in this sea of broken dreams. Soft, melancholic Georgian girl voice, speaking slowly with pauses, like she's tired but trying to warn you. You know, I was looking into Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives. And I wanted to see if tourists ever get scammed there. And sigh, yeah, of course they do. Because some businesses near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, they act nice, but then they trick you. Why? Just why? So, businesses near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, they sometimes lie about what they can do for you. There was this travel agency, Atoll Paradise. They got fined so much money because they promised tourists all these perfect vacations, private boats, fancy dinners, whatever, but then, nothing. Just empty words. Tourists probably showed up, all excited, and then, nothing. No boat. No dinner. Just standing there where's my vacation? And then what? They probably had to beg their real hotel to help, or just sit there sad, wasting time. And the agency? They got in trouble. But, deep sigh, do you think they actually stopped? Or just changed their name and kept scamming? And imagine you're at Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, and some shop says, "Oh, special discount for you." But then they charge you double when you're not looking. Because some shops near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, they see tourists and think, easy money. And the tourist? They don't even notice until they're back home, checking their bank account wait, what? And then it's too late. It's just sad. Because Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives is so beautiful, but some people there, they ruin it. Like, why can't everyone just be nice? You know, businesses near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa, Maldives, are disappointing. The moment you step beyond the pristine beaches of the resort, you enter a world of mediocrity, indifference, and sometimes outright neglect. The businesses here do not meet the standards one expects from such a luxurious destination. Instead, they operate with a carelessness that borders on disrespect, toward guests, toward quality, and toward the very idea of hospitality. Let me explain why. The shops are tourist traps. Souvenir shops near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa exist only to exploit visitors. They do not care about service, reliability, or even basic courtesy. Island Souvenir /Raz2 is a prime example. Carlos, a traveler, warned that it was a tourist trap and advised going elsewhere. But where is elsewhere? That's the tragedy. The shops here are interchangeable in their apathy. Then there's Evali Art Shop, which should be a haven for culture, but instead, it's a masterclass in poor customer service. April Chan traveled all the way to Maya just to visit, only to find the staff inside but refusing to reopen, even when she offered cash. Luke Fung felt unwelcome, stared at by whispering employees who couldn't be bothered to assist. And if you do manage to buy something, Hamid discovered his bag disintegrated before he even got home. Hot glue strips exposed. This is not craftsmanship, this is a joke. The restaurants serve disappointment. If you think dining outside the resort will be an adventure, think again. The restaurants here are either bland, unsafe, or simply forgettable. Take Yafa by Jeremy Leung. Sarah's husband got severe food poisoning after eating there. At a luxury resort's restaurant, this is unacceptable. A meal should not be a gamble with your health. Then there's Yoon Min Lee's review, just one word, mediocre. Tom Royan said the food was good but nothing exceptional. That's the theme here, nothing rises above fine, and often, it sinks far below. Then we have Sub 6, which should be an underwater marvel. Instead, Mohammed bin Nasser called the food very bad, alakal Weiss. Ivan Gamba noted that the windows were so dirty they ruined the atmosphere. A restaurant beneath the ocean, yet they can't keep the glass clean? That's not just laziness, it's poetic neglect. The common thread? Apathy. The businesses near Veligandu Island Resort and Spa operate under one unifying principle: they do not care if you're happy. They open when they feel like it, serve what they think you'll tolerate, and sell you goods that might not last the walk back to your room. What does this mean for travelers? 1. Do not expect charm. The shops are functional at best, hostile at worst. 2. Do not expect safety. Restaurants here have served food poisoning alongside their entrees. 3. Do not expect consistency. Even the better reviews are lukewarm, no one raves, no one returns thrilled. Recommendations: stay within the resort. Eat there, shop there, enjoy there. Venturing out is not worth the risk, the frustration, or the mystery of whether your purchased souvenir will survive the trip home. This is not an exaggeration, it is the reality. The businesses here have chosen indifference, and until they choose better, you should choose elsewhere.